Hello, beloved. Welcome to the Case of the Banshee, episode 3 of 20. Thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. Welcome, alright? If you're keen on booking me for my services, I do offer dream interpretations, love readings, spiritual path readings, as well as messages from God, alright? So let's further tap into this energy. And find out why you were spiritually led here, beloved. What is here for you? What do you need to know? And why did you resonate with the title? Let's talk to God. God, talk to us, please. Let's happen further. All right. All right. I'm being called to use a different deck of cards. God is saying, all right. So in obedience, I will. Okay, so let's tap in, beloved. Thank you so much for joining me. Alright, this will be episode 3 of 20 for the Case of the Banshee. Welcome to the Prophetic Vessel Show. Alright, let's go. Episode 3 of 20, God. Alright, please, Holy Spirit. Let's see. We have the Page of Wands. This is Aries energy. So the Page of Wands represents anything sort of new. Anything new. That's the Page of Wands, alright? Let's gather the narrative here. Okay, so God, I just saw the Eight of Pentacles, the card of effort. So I feel that, you know, what I'm seeing here, it's like God is saying your plans for the future, alright? Your plans for the future. This person wants to be a part of your future. Alright? So God is saying keep that in mind as we tap in further to this energy, alright, for episode 3 of 20. For the Case of the Banshee here that you're dealing with. Alright? Very complex energy. A lot of skeletons here, a lot of lying. So there's a lot to unravel, alright? There's a lot that we're going to tap into. Let's see, let's go, alright? So here's what I'm seeing, beloved. This person, alright, their ways, alright, the things that they get up to, the things that they do, they feel like those actions are sort of catching up to them or will catch up to them in the future. They're looking at the future. As of lately, they've been contemplating, procrastinating, and really reevaluating their future and their disappointments and achievements of themselves. So reevaluating self and what they've done and what they want to do more in this world for themselves, alright, type energy. And as they do so, I feel that this person is always met by the sad truth, you know. Now, God is saying the sad truth is different and it varies, the narrative of it, for all of you and who this is for you. However, it's a sad truth nonetheless, and this person cannot run away from it. They live a life that is so miserable, so unhealed, and sort of forced, alright? This is a very forceful energy that wills their way in life and does whatever they need to do, whatever, alright? So remember that. God is saying this person likes people to feel sorry for them. They like to use empathy to gain sort of advantage, leverage, and power. And I feel that in their life, they've utilized things of that nature to get away with certain things that they wanted to do or certain things that they have done. But when you are on a certain energy or tap in a certain way of life for a certain amount of time, you start to really lose yourself in the energy you tap into if you are not in the right path, if you're not a good person, and if you're doing the wrong things of life, right? So whatever you get up to, it will catch up to you. So make sure that as people you plant the right seeds type energy. But what I'm seeing when it comes to this person, they're reevaluating their future. That's symbolic, God is saying. They're only re-evaluating because they see the current state of their present time. They see how things are going, alright, simply put. And that's what's got them re-evaluating everything. Like, oh my God. There's now this sort of like, oh my God, right? They feel like they lack direction. Now they feel like they want to change, God is saying. But back to the fact that, we established this person to be a very conditional sort of person. They do things only for benefit, leverage, power. And they have a lot of tactics, all right? You can never trust them, untrustworthy. So, with that being said, the only reason this person now wants to change, now wants to be good or be of good, is because their ways have caught up to them. Not that they genuinely just want to change or they're genuinely evolving, We have, we established the Aries energy. We also have Leo with the Sun card next to the Page of Wands. Yeah. The Sun card is a representation of the identity of another human being, alright? Who they are in the world, in life, their world, their reality, alright? Page of Wands, the energy of newness. So this person sees that you are not the same person. Every time they look up, they see a completely different version of who you are. They see that you are unbothered and healed by their energy. They see, alright, they see, beloved, but they don't like what they see. So the energies on the table also represents the energy of someone who feels in regret as well here. This person is also in a state of regret, somber. Alright, but I feel like this is a constant melancholy sort of energy they're always in, or they somewhat always find themselves in this state of being. God is saying. So furthermore, what I'm seeing coming from this energy is I feel like they're intimidated by the way in which their life is going, the pace, the decisions that they've taken, the actions that they've made, or rather the actions they've taken and the decisions that they've made. This person feels like they're going backwards. They feel like they're not making the right choices. They feel like they've been unwise with their decisions here. Alright? They feel like they could have done better. I feel that this is all just like panic energy though. It's like, an example, an analogy, take this reference point, right? This case study of a child that gets caught red-handed doing something they know they're not supposed to be doing. They're in that moment, they're going to start apologizing, feeling sorry, feeling like, oh my God, I want to do better, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to be good. But it doesn't mean that, they're not going to try again type energy. It's that type of energy when it comes to this motherfucker. You'll never know, what I'm saying? They don't know no better, they're no good. They're that type of energy, alright, of a person, alright? So God is saying that this person, like, as soon as they gained consciousness in their life, as soon as they were around the age of 14, 15, as soon as they began to just experience life as an individual, they just became so, it's like they took a form of a lost individual. Like, this person went about life not in a way of seeking truth and understanding of it, but in a way of like, fuck life, fuck everyone, I hate everyone, I don't care. So anyone that vibrates in that frequency, that wavelength, and stays in an alignment of that type of energy for a long time, you can imagine what becomes of that person and their spirit and their evolution, alright? God is saying. So think of those components, those contributing factors, and those things when you imagine this individual here and what they get up to in life and who they are. They've been sort of trying to run away from themselves and chasing a narrative that isn't fit for the truth, all right? The truth of it all type energy, all right? So with that being said, this motherfucker over here, this person, God is saying they have a hard time understanding the truth of life. So they resort to their ways, alright? Their ways make them feel like they know what they're doing. Their ways make them feel in control of life. Now, whether they realize that that is false or not, it doesn't take away the fact that it is false. What they're doing is false. They have loss of direction. They don't know what they're doing, basically. So God is saying whatever this person is seeking in life, whatever they're looking to accomplish, it will always sort of perish or slip right through their fingers, all right? It will never be of success because of their ways that they stuck in. Clearly, Clearly, we have the type of person here that lacks a morale, virtue, morale compass. I always say that. What is that? It's your sort of consciousness levels in terms of the way you respond to life, to reality, right? It's like someone with a negative morale compass would be someone that is solely prone to making negative choices, negative decisions, all right? So a morale compass is symbolic to someone's character development. You can link it to that or base it on that as well. How they move, who they are, right? Type energy. So with that being said, this person's morale compass is low, God is saying. So you can imagine what they get up to and what they've gotten up to over the years in their life. I feel that this person has a lot of skeletons. There's a lot they hide. There's a lot that they've done. There's a lot they've got up to, okay? God is saying. And this person, they see you as a walking mirror, a walking projection. Clearly, they're lost in your identity, beloved. They keep living in this misconstrued mindset. We are tapped into this person sort of having this lack mindset. They don't know who they are. And over time, I feel like they keep getting lost within themselves. They keep lacking that sort of understanding of life. Like, they keep asking themselves who they are. They keep feeling like they're going backwards. They keep feeling like they're making unwise choices and decisions. Maybe they are. Maybe they feel that way because they are, right? And God is saying, this person, the change that they need to make is within. The change needs to take place within them for it to be effective in their life. For them to see change, they need to be of it. Alright, that's how it goes. As above, so below. So it's like, for example, I can sit here and preach about God all I want, but if I'm not about it, it's not going to work out for me, what I'm doing. So it's sort of like people choosing to make unwise choices and decisions, and in the end wondering why they're not successful, but knowing that they're unwise choices and decisions that they made though. You know what I'm saying? So basically, this is that type of energy where this person is realizing only now, like later on in their life, that which is where they are currently, that damn, maybe I shouldn't have moved the way I did over the years. Maybe I should have moved differently. Maybe I should have approached life in a different paradigm, alright? Because I feel like, you know, also this person has a hard time understanding they're for themselves, right? And that's why they feel like they have to manufacture themselves to fit in. They have to sort of go behind the scenes and figure out who they need to identify themselves to be for a certain role to play in life. Alright, that's very deep, beloved, if you think about that. Here we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Three of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of effort. The Two of Cups is the card of relationships, any sort of form of relationship you can think of. And then the Three of Cups is the card of coming together, being one, in exchange of energies. So that says that this person, they sort of study life in that way. They feel like life is to be studied in that way, though. Like, I need to study how to be so that I can get this, and they base that on certain moral virtues, certain ethics and traditions, and it's based on pure corruption, though, and corruption is in a lot of forms. It comes in a lot of ways, and you can really sort of dissect that word and what it means in so many layers. So this person is a corrupt person. They're very corrupt, alright? They're a tyrant type of person. They're oppressive, alright? Oppressive as fuck, about a saying, alright? So we have established, though, that they, in episode 2 and in episode 1, we did establish that this person, their way of how they see everything, they want control, they want everything to happen in their way. And if it doesn't, they have to figure out a way to make it happen in that way, their way, alright? So God is saying, picture someone that lives life like that, like constantly wanting their way, even within an uncontrollable circumstance, an uncontrollable scenario, an uncontrollable position, an uncontrollable role, it's an uncontrollable circumstance, they still seek that same outcome. Imagine someone like that. Imagine how conscrewed of a mindset they own, alright? These are the type of people that they not only run away from themselves because of what they've done, they always try to remanufacture themselves to be new. Alright, the Page of Wands was the first energy, the energy of newness, the Aries energy that came out first. We did establish that. And God is saying that is very symbolic to this person's wannabe type energy. They want to be of, example, light. They want to be of truth. They want to be of this. But just because this person wants to be of this doesn't mean they do it from the right intention or they're coming from the right place with it. So this person's all of a sudden wanting to be revamped, new, and evolve is because they see you on that path. They see that you are doing it. And because they idolize you, they feel like that is the way, that's the direction they need to also take. So God is saying, be mindful of that energy, because this person looks at you in a very high pedestal. Don't forget that. What you say goes, right? What you say goes. So they take you very seriously. It's that type of energy, all right? It's in depth, there's layers, and it's all types of forms and aspects. I mean, you can tell you there's a lot, all right? So this person, they have this sort of love and hate relationship with you. It's very psychologically embedded and very emotionally inclined. They don't understand it themselves. They don't understand how they feel about you, but they feel the way they do nonetheless. It's sort of like that type of energy. They don't know what to make of how they feel. They don't know what to make of this, all right? So God is saying that these are the type of motherfuckers that are so lost within themselves, truly lost within themselves type energy. Let's tap into more layers of this energy. God is wanting me to keep the Page of Wands and the Sun. So the card of being new, rebranded, newness in general. And then the Sun card, we said, I'm being called to leave the energy there. That's the Five of Wands reversed. the card of resistance, but it being reversed is obviously the card of surrender. All right. Alright, so God is saying I should tap in further to this energy. So we did establish that the sun is the card of the identity of another person, who someone is in life and their world in specific. Alright, their reality type shit. Let's go. Let's tap in further to this energy here. We are on episode 3 of 20 for the case of the Banshee. What more is there to unravel for this episode? So we have the Queen of Pentacles, the card of value, or being valued, and then the Three of Swords, the card of pain, any sort of pain. Yeah, so this person, they've never felt worthy of anything. They've never felt truly loved. Damn. God is saying, imagine what that does to someone, right? How they think, how they move, who they are, who they become. It's sort of like a challenge. Where are you going to be as screwed up as the life you've lived, or are you going to choose to be better? Are you going to make better decisions and choices and not be like the monsters that surround you? Alright? The people that want to be monsters towards you, and the people that are, you know, the devils, the negative energies type thing. So this person, I feel like they went through the dark night of the soul, as we all have, right? Where we needed to make a choice if we're going to indulge in the darkness, entertain the darkness, become of the darkness, or replenish ourselves from it. Completely surrender ourselves to the light instead. We all walked that path, but we had to sort of make that sort of decision. And I feel like this person chose to stay in the darkness. They chose to embrace it, and they chose to enable the darkness within them as well. They triggered the darkness within them. So inside is very dark within this person. It's a really dark rabbit hole that goes in depth and deep every day. Because back to the fact that this person, I feel they're always in pain with the Three of Swords coming out here. As much as they're seeking new in life, they still feel this pain. It travels, it radiates, all right? It's like so much so that they find new ways to call the pain or to identify the pain. So it's really truly deep what this person goes through, who they are behind the scenes, and just the whole thing, right? But with that being said, God is saying that the psyche of this person, you know, we tapped into that. It was sort of established within episode 2 and 1. And now we are sort of tapped into the more futuristic based aspect of this and what's to come out of the situation that this person has placed himself in, which is what they've tapped into in their life, who they become. Because you know what I feel, and I see that when this person was younger, they were always in the state of being of pain. They have a lot of unhealed trauma that has taken over them because it's unhealed. And because they travel with it, it's like they carry it to the point where they embrace it. It's not a burden to this person. Anything that you embrace, like how I talk about God, it's not a burden. Like I'm not, like I love, like I'm genuine type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this person, they embrace things of life that are very dark, misconstrued, or unrighteous. And I feel like they get stuck within themselves, stuck in patterns, ways of thinking, ways of being a lot. Because of this pain that they carry. A lot of pain within this person. Unhealed traumas, unhealed natures they embody on a daily basis. They're in straight alignment with the frequency of pain. So as much as they're looking for you, wanting you, or seeking you, if they don't let go of the pain, if they don't do what they need to do it, to address everything with regards to it, they will still find themselves in the same cycle, the same place, all right? God is saying. Now with this being established, let's tap in further to the energy. So the card of pain is very symbolic here. It came out next to the card of value, being valued, anything valuable, right? So it's sort of like the energy of this person. They seek that validation, but they seek it not in a way of, I want to evolve, I want to heal for me, to do it for me. They want to do it for others. They want to hang on to a sort of idolization concept of life, self-fulfilling prophecy. They want to proclaim certain things of life that aren't true because they're comfortable in it, because that's what they want to believe, and because they don't care about anyone else outside of themselves. This is that type of person. They truly don't care. Because back to the fact that they live in a state of pain, and anyone in pain, they will always want to hurt another person. They will always identify pain first in others, right? Because it's what they identify as first within themselves. Because what they carry that shit. Alright? So let's tap in further here. The identity card also came up, right? The sun card, the card of who someone is in their life, their world, and their reality. Alright? I feel like this person, they take their image seriously, they take their reputation seriously, they sort of manufacture themselves a lot. We've established that. But God is saying they only do it because they want to be valued, they want to be seen in that particular manner, they want to hold weight somehow, alright? So they do things to manipulate life to fit that. All these spells behind the scenes, all this voodoo, all this magic, alright? So in episode, I'm not sure if it was 1 or 2, we have established the first spell that they cast, which towards you, alright, beloved, which we established it to be the mirror magic, right? They utilize mirror work behind the scenes. But God is saying that's just one spell they cast. There's more. God is saying there's 3 significant spells that this person sent your way. And we're going to break down all 3 of them. We did break down the mirror work, right? The mirror magic, that type voodoo. And now God is wanting me to break down something further. So with the 3 of Swords, the card of pain, God is wanting me to leave that there alone for now. And place it there as blood. So pain, blood is a form of pain, Of course, we all know that. So this identified to be the 3 of Swords in this instance for this, layer of the message God is saying. Alright? God is saying nothing more will be needed. Alright? Except these 3 cards. Alright? And the 3 of Swords here, the card of blood. So clearly we have blood magic going on here. This is a blood magic spell, the second spell they cast, and the second spell that they try to place on your path. So God is saying blood magic is in relation to the womb. Alright, pay attention to that. The womb. Alright. So this person was trying to tamper with your womb. They were trying to. It's like an example of how it could have affected you energetically. Could have been your digestive system, having indigestive problems, all right, facing issues with your, your intestines, your digestive system, your body within, being like illnesses, all right. So the blood is, it travels through the vessels. The vessels are the tubes, all right. Our intestines, it's all internalized. There's an internalized environment in all of us. And I feel like this person plans on tampering with yours, your internalized environment, using blood work, blood magic, blood voodoo, all right? So God is saying, with that being said, this person, I feel, they did not just stop there. So this is just the second spell, all right? There's 3. We are going to tap into the third one further. We've already established the first one, I think in episode 1 and 2, which was the mirror work, the mirror magic, and the mirror voodoo. So now we're tapping into the second spell, which is the blood magic, alright? So with that being said, this intention that they set for this spell was very, very specific. They wanted a very, very specific outcome. They knew exactly what they wanted out of this. They knew what they were doing. God is saying, don't forget, they have that whole cabin. They have this way of living. This is their shit. They know what they're doing, God is saying. So when this person was doing this behind the scenes, the effort, the devotion, the commitment, it was driven by that intention they set. It was an internalized intention and an intention they set for the spell that they cast your way, for the voodoo they sent your way. All right, that dark work, that dark arts, all right, that black magic, all right. So here they are in the cabin. I'm seeing a vision of someone putting things in a bowl, you know, herbs, all types of things in there. Black ash. I'm seeing black feathers. I'm seeing all types of black candles as well with rope. All right, paper, scrying. All right. So I feel like, you know, this was a process or the process, a part of the process. All the contributing factors I've named. God is saying, all right. So with that being said, let's proceed further with this energy and see what else this person got up to. What's going on here? God is saying I should tap in further. We have the Two of Swords, all right. God is saying I shouldn't take it though. All right. All right. So we have the energies coming out. Guess what's at the bottom of the deck? The actual Two of Swords that I was also put back. God is saying that it's very symbolic. All right. So let's leave it right over there. Okay. We have the Moon card here. Let's just start there. We have the Moon energy coming out. This is the energy of Cancer. The Moon rules over, you know, how we feel, right? It's sort of like the Moon is how we feel. And the Three of Swords is the card of pain, all right? So I'm being called to put them together as if it's like a combo. So followed by the Two of Cups, the card of a connection, a bond, all right? And then we have the Three of Cups, the card of a conglomerate coming together in unison. You know, people exchanging their energy, either in communication, either in a certain environment, in a specific setting for a specific cause type energy, right? So I feel like this person, they play for a cause. They do this by a cause. There's a cause, a code they live by. There's a way they live by. So the things that they get up to, they're very connected to the cause, their belief system. They walk in code. So this is someone that who they are in life, they take it very seriously in such a way that what they get up to, I feel like this person, in their reality, they are of somewhat importance because they have some form of power, but they are a bad motherfucker type energy. They're a badass. They're not a good person. This is bad guy, bad girl energy. All right, someone's not right. They don't stand by the right things. They're not a believer of righteousness either. Excuse me. They're too caught up in an illusion. All right, they're too caught up in this mask. This false mask they identify themselves to be in life. And there's many where that came from. You know, right? They play many roles, this person. So with the Moon and the Three of Swords, we should look at this energy closely because it's the one permeating the whole sort of energy here for this episode, right? It's sort of like pain and it being unseen with the Moon energy, it being unnoticed, it being ignored. This person feels like all that they've been through in life has never been healed. They've never received the right apologies. No one has taken accountability for their pain. So what they choose to do is they choose to live a life of unrighteousness. They choose to devote themselves to giving off that same pain to people. Damn, that's deep. They choose to be of that same thing. Back to the fact that as we all in life have went through the dark night of the soul, whether, you know, it's like we're a period in life where we had to make a decision if we're going to be one with the darkness or we're going to completely find a way to get away from it so we can be better, so we can heal as people. And this comes in a form of experiences, traumas, It comes in a form of pain, karmic things, karmic cycles we go through and we end up in. So it's the test of life, basically. Are you going to fall? Are you going to fall for this? Are you going to become like, the monsters that surround you? And I feel like this person has become a monster. Alright, they're unwell, they're a little sickly. Alright, because of who they became in life, who they chose to be, and the unwise decisions that sort of led them to this pathway that they're embracing so boldly. Because I feel like this is a type of motherfucker that loves to be toxic. They love to be dark spirited. They love to be seen as the villain. They love to be villainized. And they love to be idolized as that as well. Like, yeah, type energy, I'm that, so what? A lot of vanity, clearly, right? So with that being said, this, the episode 3 of 20 for the case of the Banshee, we are sort of seeing here, the psychology of this person and how it's constructed and how therefore they choose to live their life because of that. I think it's quite sad, I think they live quite a miserable life having to always take upon this way of being. And I feel like this person, they're realizing that the negativity, it keeps them in a state of being of power though. That's why they choose the negativity. The negativity makes them feel power. The negativity makes them feel in power. They channel their pain as a weapon, as a tool to bring pain unto others. So pain on pain. They're that type of motherfucker. Pain on pain. Hence they're not well, they're sickly, alright? Because of what they do and how they choose to live their life. It's very dark. Dark arts, a dark magician, a dark scientist, a dark way of being, a dark cause they go by. This is someone that it's like they're assigned to an occult. They're signed to this cause. It's not just by like them telling themselves. It's like they live by it in a way that they're under some form of cause, under some form of authority, under some form of anarchy. And I feel like it's only based on unrighteousness, self-fulfilling prophecies, and dark arts, alright? Purely based on that. So understanding that helps you understand further who this person truly is, what it means, as the Banshee, and how their actual gift is going to be their downfall. This clearly is a gift of motherfucker. We all have established that, and you know that as well. But just because they're gifted doesn't mean they're untouchable. Alright, God has his ways of bringing us down to earth, humbling us, and sort of putting us in our place. And I feel like, we're going to be dissecting that in this series. We're going to be unraveling the way of this person's life, and we're going to see where they're going to end up in all of this. We're going to be tapping in every day. We're going to figure it out. Alright, and also how this has to do with you is you know what they did to you. You know how this goes. Alright, you know what this person is putting you through. You know who they are, and you know the darkness. Alright. So with that being said, God is saying that you light the fire within this person, alright? You make them want to be better. You are the actual trigger. But at the same time, they hate you. At the same time, there's this bipolar nature that they take on where, sort of this split way of being where they live in sort of, right, the characters, the roles they gotta play. So basically, which version of them feels this way about you? Because there's so many layers of who this person identifies themselves to be. You can never really say, oh, they feel this way about me. Like who? Because there is many within them. So God is saying, with that being said, you need to understand how they see you in all those layers, you know, because it's very important. And you know why God is saying. As we are on episode 3 of 20, God wants me to conclude this further by telling you that I will see you on episode 4, where we dissect further this energy of the case of the banshee. I thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. I will see you next time. If you are keen on booking me for my services, though, I do offer dream interpretations, love readings, spiritual path readings, as well as messages from God, thyself, alright, the big God. I thank you for your time. See you soon. Bye, beloved.